Hey guys, so today we're making some delicious cube steak and gravy with some creamy grits. Please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. These cube steaks were so tender, it literally cut like butter. Oh my goodness. Perfect for fall, perfect for any comfort meal, Sunday dinner. Let me show you how I made it. So I'm going to start by seasoning some all-purpose flour that I'm going to coat the cube steak in. And so I put some nature seasoning or any all-purpose seasoning you have, some garlic powder, some salt. I really don't care what seasonings you use. Just make sure your food is not bland because we don't want no bland food, y'all, okay? And so I got about a pound of some beef cube steak that I got from Walmart. And so it's about 4 pieces that I am going to season with the same seasonings I use for the flour. So some nature seasoning, some garlic powder, some salt, and I'm just going to make sure that I massage this into the cube steak because we want it to taste good to us, okay? And make sure you season both sides. So after seasoning the cube steaks, I'm just going to coat each piece in the seasoned flour that we have. And so this is going to help with our gravy for the cube steak. And we are going to sear this on the stove. So I am using my Dutch oven and I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in there. And I am just going to sear 2 of them at a time just until each side is brown, and then you're not going to cook it all the way through during this step. This is literally just to sear in that flavor, and so after we cook all 4 of our pieces, we are going to make our gravy. So after I cook or brown the cube steak on both sides, I'm going to take it out of the pan. And so I have 1 yellow onion here that I'm just going to saute. I am going to scrape up some of the bits from my pan because I didn't want those pieces to burn. But usually the brown stuff that you see at the bottom of the pan is flavored. I just wanted to get the big chunks up so it wouldn't burn. And so I added in some all-purpose flour, and I'm just going to cook this mixture for about 2 minutes or so just to get that raw flour taste out of there. You can cook it longer if you want your gravy to be darker. And so I am putting in some chicken stock because I didn't have any beef, so I made some chicken stock with this chicken base that I have. And so you're just going to whisk this to get all of the lumps out, and make sure you scrape up those brown bits on the bottom because again, that is flavor. And so I'm going to add my cube steak back to this mixture, and so I am gonna season it because we want to make sure that we season every layer of our food. So I added in some nature seasoning, some no salt seasoning, some garlic powder. I have some salt that I'm gonna put in here, and I'm just gonna whisk all of that together. And do y'all love cube steak? I really like cube steak. I grew up eating this. My granddad would make it all the time, and it was just a really nice dish that we would have sometimes for Sunday dinner. And so I added my cube steak to my liquid, and so I'm gonna let this come to a simmer. And so I did check it every 30 minutes or so just to make sure it wasn't sticking, and just to check it for tenderness. And so I am just going to skim the fat off the top because you don't want that in your gravy. So I skimmed as much of it off as possible. And then after that, I'm just going to put the lid back on there and let it continue to simmer. And so I want to say this cooked for about 2.5 hours, but it's really just until the cube steak is nice and tender. And so as you can see here, it's nice and fork tender. You can also cook this in a crock pot. I do have a recipe for that I'll make sure I link below. And so the gravy wasn't thick enough for me, so I am going to use a cornstarch slurry. So I have about a tablespoon of cornstarch mixed with about a tablespoon of cold water, and I'm just going to mix that in there. And as my cube steak continues to just kind of hang out and simmer, I'm gonna make some grits. And so typically I will make either like some rice or some mashed potatoes with this, but I was like, I got some grits in my cabinet, why don't I just make some grits? And so I'm just seasoning it with some all-purpose seasoning, I am going to add a little bit of cream cheese, or you can use milk or heavy cream, whatever you have. But I'm literally using whatever's in my refrigerator and cabinet at this point, okay? And so I'm just going to whisk my grits occasionally, and I'm going to put it on low and kind of let it hang out for a little bit and stir it occasionally just so that it doesn't stick to the pan. I am adding in a little bit of milk and stirring that together. You can add some butter. I didn't add butter because I added the cream cheese, and we trying to watch our fat content over here. And so I have some Parmesan cheese that I'm going to put in here, but if you have any other cheese like cheddar cheese or Colby Jack, whatever, you can put that in there, but I only have Parmesan. And so this is what my grits look like, and I'm just going to top it with that tender juicy cube steak and gravy, and this is going to be absolutely delicious. So if you have not had grits with your cube steak, you need to try it, okay? Because this is a game changer. Nice and tender, very comforting. And I didn't know whether or not I wanted to serve it in a bowl or on a plate. I just put some green beans on the side. But I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. I truly appreciate the support, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.